Hello, my name's Paul,
Hi, my name's Rachel.
and we are the English Language Lab, and this is our business English podcast, BizPod.
We're going to try to teach you everything you need to know about business English.
So, whether you need English for job hunting, presentations, meetings, or any other form of communication, you have come to the right place.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy BizPod. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Rachel.
I want to talk to you about instructions today. I want to give you some instructions, Paul.
Okay, go ahead. Give me an instruction.
Talk to me about how important knowing how to give instructions is for business English learners.
Oh, okay. Okay, that was a good instruction. Very clear, very precise. Okay. That's exactly what an instruction should be.
Okay. But give me the answer.
Okay. Well, I think being able to give instructions and also to be able to understand and follow instructions is vital because especially, if you're a manager, you have to give instructions to your team and they could be international or they could be local. Or if you're just a worker, you have to take instructions and follow what your manager or your boss says. Yeah.
But I
So
mean,
vital.
one of the things that I want to share with you is that a lot of advanced students could not create the instructions for things that are very, very simple, such as telling somebody how to tie your shoelaces or how to make a paper airplane. It's quite amazing. They don't know the verbs like to fold, to bend, to crease, rotate, things like that. So it's quite simple tasks can be quite complicated.
Quite complicated to describe. I mean, could you describe the process in a nice, clear way in English of how to tie your shoelaces?
Well, it depends whether you're on camera or not. Is there demonstration part of that instruction? If it's just instructions that are written down or spoken and you can't see, then it's going to be entirely different.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are some instructions that have to be given with the visual element because I think the instructions of tying your shoelace, I don't think anybody would follow that, even in English, without the visual.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what other sort of instructions are there?
Well, giving directions. How to get from the airport to the hotel, for example.
Yeah. Knowing your prepositions of place.
Yeah. There's lots of prepositions there. But, well, give me some directions, Rachel. How do I get from my house to the supermarket?
That's a long way from our house, isn't it? That's the problem because we live in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, there's also things like you've got to have a logical order of that process. Imagine giving somebody the instructions for how to start a car. You've got to go right from, the key in the lock, undo the lock, open the door, get in, adjust your seat, mirror, all that, seat belt. There's lots before you actually drive off. There's quite a lot of things you need to do, and you've got to get all of those in the right order as well.
That's true. Yeah. Giving those instructions or those directions does require that you don't just give them precisely, but you give them in the correct, order. Because if you give those instructions in out of order, then nobody will be able to follow them.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, can you think of some other types of instructions for business?
Not particularly for no particular different types of instruction for business, but I think any kind of instruction or command or maybe even describing a business process.
Exactly. I was thinking that most businesses these days need to have a folder on the shelf with all the business processes all flow charted in case somebody comes in and doesn't know what to do with the job. It's there, very clear. Yeah, with all the diagrams. Yeah.
So, start here. if X is true, go here. If X is not true, go there. Things like
so
that.
That's like a visual. So you've got the giving and the instructions. Can you see the person or not? Is there demonstrations? Is the instruction in the right order? Then you've got the element of giving instructions but via a flow chart, which isn't necessarily in an order because it depends on the decisions that are made and what happens at each stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of different ways. And then there's commands, isn't there?
You like commands.
I like to give commands. I don't like to receive them.
Yeah, you like to give commands, definitely. Well, maybe we should perhaps try and set a challenge for any of our listeners to see if anybody could describe how to tie shoelaces.
Yeah, without going on Google and getting the instruction. We'll do a search so there's no copy and pasting going on. Yeah. So, I mean, with regards to tying your shoelaces, it may seem very, very silly, stupid, but it's a good test of the vocabulary you might not know. So I would say any advanced student should have a think and say, can you say, how do you tie your shoelaces? Can you give instructions on how to make a paper aeroplane? If you can't, you still have very basic but key vocabulary, which you need to learn.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
That's just two examples. There's many other processes and instructions and commands and orders that you need to think, can I tell somebody how to do it?
Yeah. I mean, not from a business perspective, but when you're in the kitchen, perhaps cooking and you're following a recipe.
Absolutely.
Then a recipe is just full of instructions, do this, do this, do this, do this.
But they all have the very specific vocabulary, don't they? Depending on the process that you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after you follow this process, you're supposed to have something that looks like the picture, but invariably it doesn't look anything like the picture.
Okay. So what are we telling people then? That they've got to learn how to give instructions or think about directions, processes, commands, orders, giving information. Yeah. They're all important skills, business skills that you need to have in English.
Yeah. But not just being able to give those kind of instructions, but to receive and understand those kinds of instructions. Yeah, probably more important for most people than giving instructions.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely. Well, you've given me my instructions for this afternoon, so I better get going. I've got jobs to do.
And so have I.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.